Hello, and welcome to Shamrock Talk, the internet's number one mother-son Celtics podcast. I'm your host, Jay Golan, here once again with my mother, Karen Olin.
Hello.
We're back a couple days after Christmas. Happy holidays, a holiday edition here for Shamrock Talk. We're recording this the afternoon of December 27th, 2023. At the time of recording, the Celtics are 23-6, first in the Atlantic Division, first in the East, first in the NBA, and still 14-0, undefeated at home, although they didn't play at home since we last spoke, so that was never going to change. Coming off the West Coast trip, 3-1 out west, culminating in Christmas with the Lakers. We'll go through them all. Overall, I think a pretty good trip. Not a ton of complaints. I guess let's get into the first one. The only one you can really complain about. Celtics lose in overtime in San Francisco to the Warriors, 123-126. No Porzingis. Franchise record missed 41 threes. And even that being said, probably shouldn't have lost this game. What'd you think?
Yeah, I went in, I think, overly confident. And again, it's the Warriors with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry and a really, really great coach in Steve Kerr. So, I guess I should never underestimate them. I just thought that I know Tatum twisted his ankle, left for a while, came back, but I just thought they played incredible defense on him. I thought Kuminga, who was my player of the week, I'll just say it now, I thought he did a great job on Tatum, denying the ball, giving him a hard time. They double teamed him immediately. I just think they really had that mentality of shut it, that again, in the playoffs, they do it too. Double team Tatum, let's mess him up, give him the least amount of points and see if we have a better chance of winning the game. When I think it worked, and if his ankle was bothering him and that's why shooting, and he was obviously only had 15 points, percentage, it was very low. He shouldn't have been in the game if his ankle was hurt.
Yeah.
So that is my feeling. If you use the ankle as an excuse, probably shouldn't have been in the game and let someone else kind of take over. So, and we didn't have Porzingis in his scoring. So that offensively, that is detriment to us.
Sure. I mean, even if he's going to be in the game, my gripe was you don't take the last shots. Like, why is he taking like every, I mean, you just know it's coming. The isolation three chuck up at the end of every game, every quarter. I mean, like, it never works. And when you're shooting terribly, you're hurt.
Yeah.
Why are you taking the last shot? Why can we never run an offense at the end of a game? Blows my mind.
100%. I agree. Yeah.
He
did not score a point in the fourth quarter and overtime. Not one point.
But he's gonna hit the winner. It's like, what are we doing here?
I mean, maybe foul shots, but I don't think so. I don't think he had a point.
I mean, it's not like anyone really had it going, so I don't know who else you would go to, but
agreed. I think we just kept it close, and then I think Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were hot in that fourth quarter. I mean, they really were. They were like, what, 6 for 8 or 6 for 7 or something like that with threes in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And that's who they are, right? That's who Steph Curry is. So yeah, I just think we let it get too close. Nobody shot incredibly well, like you said.
As I said, franchise record 41 missed 3-pointers.
Yeah. And I will say, hey, maybe it's the first West Coast game. They played at 10 o'clock at night, so they might have been a little off. They might have been a little tired or a little out of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yes, the threes, and they just kept hucking them. I'm not quite sure. And the weird part is, I think I felt confident because there was no Draymond Green. Like, come on, people. They're missing a big piece. And again, we had no Porzingis, but I thought they played incredible defense on Jason Tatum. I think they double teamed him, and I think it messed us up enough. So, yeah.
Silver lining here, which I think is pretty crazy. We have a league best 6 losses, half of which 3 are in overtime.
I know.
It's like,
like Is that good? I don't know.
I don't know.
Because when the games are close, are we gonna?
Correct.
I mean,
we're 0-3 in overtime would be the other concern, but I mean,
and I'm with you. I agree with why is Tatum the one hucking up a three? Because overall, his percentage not good, not
no, he's
good.
5 for 17, 2 for 9 from 3.
Yeah, and the next game, they played well. His percentage goes up. The defense wasn't good. You can say, I guess he does have some games, and the next game brings his percentages up. But I think he has more. If you look at the games,
he's struggled lately for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So I just think that's not our final shot. Why? I mean, and yeah. Anyway, I'd agree with that. I'm wondering why he is our go-to huck up a three at the end of a game kind of guy. So, yeah, not much else to say about that game. I mean,
no, it just kind of fell apart down the stretch. We're up 17 or 18 points in like the fourth quarter. I mean, just a classic.
But who made the threes?
Kind of
Peyton
game.
Pritchard, who didn't play much in the second half.
I mean, yeah, he was the only one. So Hauser was 0 for 7.
Derek White was 7 for 18
0 for 6 from 3. Yeah, no one shot well. I mean, that's for sure. And that's
but again, yeah, and again they were 40% at 3, 45 overall. We took more shots. 5 more shots total, but we were 29% at 3. And we shot 58 of them. What? 58 threes. Anyway. Live or die by the 3.
Yeah, if we want to go to the other side of that coin, back to back next night, still in Northern California. We beat Sacramento 144-119. And I think no Tatum in this game,
which I always kind of get excited about.
Yeah, I mean,
just to see the passing and the
other guys. Yeah.
No
Al either. And I mean, the entire first half of this game was just no one could even either team could miss a shot. It was completely insane.
Yeah. Record, right? Didn't they break a record or tie?
They were very close, I think. Yeah, they were.
I thought they tied the record for the most threes for 2 games for 2 teams or something like that. And a half, yeah,
I believe. Yeah, I think you're right. Either tied or they were 1 off, something like that.
Yeah. But it did look like it was going to be a close game in the beginning.
They couldn't miss either. It was unbelievable. I mean, we just kept going back and forth. Fox was on fire at the beginning, and
yes, I thought we were really in trouble with Fox. And then either we played better defense or he just got cold. I don't know, maybe tired. Because he's like the number one, or at that point, he was the number 1 fourth quarter scorer for the NBA.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the announcer said that he was in first for fourth quarter score. And I was like, oh no.
Fourth quarter. I don't even think he was playing the fourth quarter of this game. They had all the scrubs in. It was over at that point.
Yeah.
We just couldn't miss. I mean, 52% from 3 in this one. I mean, everyone was on fire. And yeah, that was big. I mean, when we hit our threes, we're virtually unbeatable. Derek White was awesome this game. So was Drew Holiday. I mean, Porzingis, your guy Porzingis, I thought he did a great job on Sabonis.
Third quarter. He was second half a little. I mean, the third quarter, I thought he was brilliant.
Sabonis was frustrated.
I thought he had a fantastic third quarter.
Yeah. He had 6 blocks in this game.
Yeah. So third quarter, he had 3 blocks, 14 points, 5 rebounds, only 1 turnover. He was 4 for 5 shooting. So I thought he had a really, really good game, good hustle, and good defense during that quarter. A little, he was limping too. Wasn't this the game he was slightly limping in? I thought.
Maybe he played physical.
I thought he Sabonis really went at his ankle and he stuck it out, and I didn't think he was going to. I'm pretty sure this was the game where I thought he toughed it out and it seemed a little tougher than I thought he was going to be, because he was limping, but yet, getting up and down the court very, very fast. So yes, I think he was impressive the third quarter in this game, and I think that is what pushed the game for us. I think how he was playing in the third quarter. because he was by far Jaylen Brown too. Obviously, Jaylen Brown he was 5 for 9. He had 15 points. They both played the whole third quarter. So, and Derek White played the whole third quarter. But anyway, yeah, the Kings just second half I don't know what happened. They did not look.
Yeah. I mean, we
look
hit
good.
every
They
shot
didn't.
and they just folded, and it was a wrap from there. And yeah, not much. Again, when we're shooting this well, it's hard to say anything bad. We end up blowing the doors off a lot of these teams, which brings us to our next game. Yeah, same story, different game. Celtics throttle the Clippers 145-108. No Kawhi for the Clippers, but everyone else played at least in the first half.
And this was the game that the Jays increased their 3-point percentage. Tatum was 5 for 10, 50%.
They both shot 50%.
Yeah. Just not always in the games that we need them to. That's the problem. Yeah. But anyway, Drew Holiday was 4 for 6, 60%.
Yeah, he was awesome in this
game. Yeah.
Another one that was over pretty quick.
Agreed.
First quarter competitive. It was very similar to that Kings game. First quarter was kind of competitive. Paul George came out pretty well. Harden was doing all right, and then it was over after that. This game was the extended family game, which Wick Grossbeck came onto the broadcast.
Yes, and they talked way too long.
He was there. They were there the entire quarter.
Third quarter.
In which I learned.
Second quarter, right? Second or third.
There's a sitcom coming out loosely based on the life of Celtics owner Wick Grossbeck and the relationship with his wife and her ex-husband, who asked for this show. Oh boy, I'm intrigued at how much of a trainer this is.
I was making fun of them. Yeah, I was making fun of them for sitting there. Literally, they talked the whole quarter on.
The entire quarter. It was the entire second quarter.
With the actor.
The actor was there as well. Yeah. Man.
Faustin. Yeah. Anyway, I was making fun of them for talking for a whole quarter on and off about this, very little about the game that was going on. And then at the end of the game, I turned to Greg and I said, hey, maybe we should catch that extended family just to check it out. I'm like, okay, it worked, I guess.
Oh boy. That show is going to be so bad. I can tell you right now. I mean,
it'll be interesting.
I
haven't seen it.
Oh,
did you see it?
No, I can't.
Didn't it play that night?
Yes, it did. I'll check it. Next Shamrock Talk, I'll give you guys an update on how extended family was, because man, I just can't even imagine what that show is.
Is it Peacock?
What?
Is it Peacock or Paramount? It's one of those.
Yeah, I think it's Peacock or something. Yeah, I'll find it. I mean,
all right, I'll check it out as well. We can talk about it next podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where to go with that. This game just had more off the court than on it, really, because also I'm trying to find the video. I can't record, won't let me screen record on NBA League Pass, but because I have League Pass, I get during commercial breaks, I get the in stadium presentation. So instead of commercials, I see whatever, they're doing in the stadium with the commercials, like the Kiss Cam or whatever stuff they're doing.
You do. Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh man, the Clippers is just out of control.
Yeah.
They have their mascot, which is like a condor, a bird.
Yeah.
It's dancing with these kids to a remix of the Jingle Bells. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It was so crazy. And every commercial break was just the crazy. It was insane. It was out of control.
Yeah. Fun at the stadium.
Yeah. Not good.
Yeah.
Clippers.
You know what? I was kind of glad during that game. The Tice, he had a pretty good game in that. 21 minutes.
Why is he not on the Celtics?
Why is he not? Yeah. I don't know.
But he was 5 for 5. He got bought out by the
3 for 3 at the foul line.
By the Pacers. He wasn't playing, and then just signed with the Clippers. Why did Brad not make a call? We could use Tice when Horford and Porzingis need a rest.
Yeah.
Because
I thought he
they're
was
missing
okay.
Plumlee. So Ty's probably
For the
won't play
year though,
once
right?
he's
Isn't
back.
he? Oh, is he not out for the
I
year?
think he's coming back.
Yeah. So Plumlee was out as well. That's right. Okay. I forgot about that.
He's out for a while though. He might be out for the year. I don't really know, but I think he's coming back.
They have quite a few people out, but they need Kawhi. They need Kawhi to get anywhere with this team, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean
that was horrific.
the whole thing was they've been on a roll like coming into this game, but apparently Kawhi's been on a tear, so he's kind of holds their whole thing together apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not buying into the Clippers being a competitor thing. I know they've won a bunch of games now and they're, on the comeback trail,
even
but
James Harden was not good. He looked
no,
old
he
and
looked
slow.
like James Harden. He
Old
looked like
and
James
slow.
Harden. And it's like
old and slow. Yeah. Easily guarded. Yeah.
What?
Well, I think he was easily guarded, old and slow, and they're not giving him those ridiculous calls that they always gave him, right?
Yeah.
So the flopping and the trying to draw the fouls just aren't working as much for him anymore. And that was kind of part of his game. He was on the foul line all the time. Yeah. So I think for sure that wasn't working for him. I don't even think he went to the foul line once. 28 minutes and he no free throws. Like zero free throws. So.
I'm with you. This team is definitely somewhat fraudulent still. Not buying in.
No.
And the Celtics just blew the doors off them. It was over pretty quick.
With no Tatum. So yeah.
No, Tatum played in this one.
Oh, he played in this one. Yes, he did play in this one. Never mind.
No Porzingis.
And then they shot well.
Again.
No Porzingis. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't seem to need him. So
no.
It all worked out great.
Yeah,
I'm liking Keita a little bit. I didn't mind Keita.
Keita was great in the 2 games leading up to this last one we'll talk about, where he was a bit of a disaster.
A bit lost, yes. Well, he's got 2 bigs that are extremely experienced, right?
Yeah,
like I mean, old school, smart, strong. Wasn't just random bigs in there. So that I think that's a different type of game. But anyway, I thought he has played and been what we need him to be without.
Yeah, I agree. Before that last one, he had a couple of 2 double-doubles. And looking like he could be a solid.
I hope they keep working with him.
He has a bit of just Robert Williams in him, where he's like a little lost. Doesn't definitely isn't completely doesn't completely understand defensive rotations and when to jump and when not to jump. And
I especially just like how his rebounding when he does box out, when he is in there, he gives them a hard time. So that's the part I like, and that's I think sometimes the part we don't have. We don't
he's also gotten picked on foul wise a little bit, being a new guy. The refs are kind of not giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's gotten a couple sketch calls.
Yeah. Well, especially the next game.
Yes. Let's get into that one. Christmas Day.
Yes.
Celtics beat the Lakers 126-115.
Another letdown. This was the team that I was a little bit fearful of, only because they won the whole in-season tournament.
Yeah.
They've been hyped up a little bit, right?
Well, they've been on a skid since winning that. They've lost a bunch.
Yeah. What do you think about the game?
I didn't even think the Celtics played very well. I was like, we looked bad.
I just thought the Lakers
looked bad.
Yeah.
And the Lakers LeBron just looked old. LeBron looked old. And
I know Anthony Davis scored a lot but he looks old too. I think they look tired by the end, really tired. And I'm not sure how many minutes they played. And I said that, as they were staying in. I mean, 38 minutes for Anthony Davis. That's
37 for LeBron.
Lot of minutes, and 37. That's a lot of minutes for that age. It really is. And they've got to be careful of that. I mean, I guess you don't compete if they're not in, and that's really what happened. I think they sat down, or LeBron sat down, and that's when we went ahead. So they need them on the floor.
Anthony Davis was like their whole offense. And they have no backup bigs. Jackson Hayes played 9 minutes. He's their only guy that's a big that played any minutes other than those guys.
Okay.
So I just
had 40 points. I guess he did play a good game.
I mean, anytime Keita was in there, he just did whatever he wanted. Keita Kata and Pritchard were the only minuses on our team. Kata
Yeah.
was a -10. Almost everyone else was in pluses. I mean, he came in there and Anthony Davis just destroyed him. It was disaster. Only 7 minutes for a reason. 3 fouls in 7 minutes. It was not good. And that is, that being said, even though we won the game, that is definitely our biggest weakness. Teams that have those elite big guys that can really pound you.
Agreed.
That's our Achilles heel for sure.
Yeah.
That being said, though, that strategy never works out in the playoffs.
Not
These
if
guys
the
just
other
get
team is
exhausted. You
making
have
threes.
Embiid,
Yeah.
he just keeps going, and by the end of the
Because they're
game, he's just
exhausted by
taking
fourth.
such a
Yeah.
beating. Yeah,
Yes.
Giannis is the same way. Those guys they come at you all game, but it seems in the end, those teams, we always just are able to push ahead and kind of push through it because those guys, like, it's unsustainable for the most part. So I don't know. It doesn't concern me too much.
LeBron I mean, they're getting older. You can't sustain how
Yeah,
hard
and we'd
they're
only
playing.
seen those guys in the finals, so it's like they'd have to get through a lot for us to even see them in the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, LeBron just did not play well. It just didn't look.
Agreed.
Definitely the worst I've ever seen LeBron. I haven't watched a lot of Lakers.
I mean, he had moments like when he blocked Tatum. He was really into that, getting down the court and blocking Tatum when Tatum went to dunk. Did you see that? And they ended up calling a foul, but then I think it was the Prince ended up fouling him.
Yeah, Torian Prince hit him before.
Yeah. But anyway, there were moments of him looking really good, but all in all, yeah, he looked tired and old. I thought it was not an impressive game for him.
No.
And I don't know if we just pulled away enough, if he was hurt, and he may be tired. I don't know.
No, he's old. He's like,
were they
39.
back to back on a back to back?
No, I think they were away the game before, but they weren't on back to back.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, I just didn't think they looked.
But I mean, he's also 38. It's like he's also just he's played the most minutes in NBA history. It's just
I agree.
There's no way he can. And even defensively, he got beat backdoor a couple times. He kind of finds ways to like rest defensively, but I don't know. Not impressive.
We had, I thought Drew had a pretty good game shooting wise. I mean, he only shot 10 shots. He had 18 points.
Yeah, he was one of our better players, I thought.
It's pretty darn good. Yeah. So he had a good one. Okay. Porzingis shooting the threes. Give me a break. Give me a break. He's 2 for 8 in that game.
He took a little too many in this one. I'll agree with you there.
And once again, we already have the Jays taking threes too early in the shot clock. He's taking them too early in the shot clock. It's like, what is going on? Are you tired? Do you not want to get in there and get a rebound? Is that why you're hucking it up from 3? I don't know, but yeah, 2 for 8. He shot the most threes in the whole team. Like, what?
Yeah, well, they were leaving him open. I mean, Davis would play drop coverage and just let him shoot. And I mean,
okay, let's at least get somebody that has a higher percentage to shoot those threes.
Hey, he has a high percentage season long. He's probably one of our best top percentage guys.
In this game, we did not shoot 3 as well. Jaylen Brown, 1 for 5, 20%.
Well, that's what's confusing.
1 for 6. 16%. So his went back down from his 50%.
That's what's so confusing to me is it's like I'm sitting there in the third quarter, we're up like 15 points. I'm like we're not shooting well. Our offense looks disjointed and like we're still somehow up 15. It was like a bizarre.
And who's the guy? I think Cam Reddish guard came in or maybe it was Jared Vanderbilt. One of them or both of them did a good job on him again, guarding him. I will say someone was on him all the time, like on him, even off the ball. They were like on him. So that can be a part of it. I didn't think a ton of easy shots for him. Those were the one person they played good defense on was Tatum, like always.
Who would you guess has the highest 3-point percentage on the Celtics?
Okay, so poor Sam Hauser. I feel so bad. And maybe he does still, but that poor guy, his percentage, He was 0 for 4 the other night. Like his recent
over
games.
6 the other night. He just, I mean, yeah.
He is just having a really rough go of it. I feel bad for him. I think the highest percentage right now, I guess it could be, it's Al Horford and Derek White. One of them.
So number one
Yeah.
is Drew Peterson. 1 for 1, hit that 3 at the end of the game the other night.
Okay. Well, that's it. Yeah.
100%
Okay.
hurts on the team. Second is Derek White, 42.4%.
He has been unbelievable
Yeah,
when we
he's
need
been on
when we
fire
need him
lately.
to be unbelievable. He's been really,
Third is
really
Drew Holiday, actually.
He doesn't shoot a ton, but recently it seems like it's going up.
Fourth, still Hauser, even though he's on a bit of a cold streak.
Oof. See,
Fifth, Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah. And he's been on a cold streak too.
Sixth is O'Shea Brissett, 40% tied with Pritchard. Obviously a lot less attempts, but
yeah.
Then Horford, 37.1,
He's
Tatum,
had a couple
34.7, Porzingis, 34.3, Brown, 33.5. And then you get into Lamar Stevens, Mihailuk, and all those guys.
Okay, so our bottom three. 1, Tatum, our take the last shot guy, lowest 3-point, one of the lowest.
Correct.
Brown doesn't surprise me too much. Like I said, 1 for 5 in this game. I mean, he hasn't. And Porzingis, he should be shooting 3 total. If he's going to shoot 3s, 3 total per game. I give him 3.
He's at 5.1 now.
Yeah, I give him
Tatum's
3
at 8.5
per game. I mean, I don't know how you tell him that, right? He's one of those egos you kind of have to keep pumped up because there are games where his 3s have saved us at times.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness, our 3 top players. What?
Yeah. It is our top 3 guys are our lowest 3-point percentage of anybody that really plays significant minutes.
Painful.
Not ideal. I mean, yeah, Tatum's definitely been in a bit of a slump as of late.
Yeah. We still shot 40% overall, 6 for 15.
I thought I mean, in that last game, I thought he kind of did a good job taking a back seat and passing and kind of deferring. And that's what's good to see from him is he's definitely developed he had 8 rebounds, 7 assists. I mean,
yeah. And I do think they're guarding him incredibly well. I mean, he was at the free throw line 12 for 13. That was part of his 20.
They played physical. They wanted to psych him out. Teams the smart teams do that. They bump him and they get him they try to get him frustrated and chucking up shots. And sometimes he just buys into it. And I against the Lakers, it felt like he didn't buy into it. He was like, I know what they're doing. It seemed like he figured out what they're doing and was able to kind of calm himself
agree.
down.
He had moments of playing the right way. He passed out quite a bit for him. I mean, his assists, he had 7 assists. I mean, that's pretty impressive. But he did play the most minutes of any 41 minutes of any Celtic.
Of any player in the game.
Yeah. Drew was 38. And another thing with him I've noticed too is like, I get you don't want to get hurt. You're not going to play the greatest D, but no fouls in that game. 0. He's like our only player that had no fouls besides Sam Hauser. Sam didn't play that many minutes, but I'm like, got to be a little more aggressive than that.
I thought he actually played decent defense on the few possessions he was on Anthony Davis. But yeah, it'd be nice to lower his minutes a little. I mean, he plays so many minutes.
Yeah.
And I mean, to his credit, he's a tank. I mean, he barely misses games. He missed that one after spraining his ankle, but
yeah. I was a little nervous that game when he went into the locker room. I was like, oh, no.
I mean,
I complain about him at time. I can't imagine not having him on the team. Like you're not having him. But yeah, his passing, I think, has gotten a lot better. Jaylen Brown has moments of pretending to pass better. He's still struggling. He's definitely still struggling with the whole passing thing.
I don't honestly mind his not passing as much because he's such a quick decision maker.
Yes.
Agreed. He's not holding the ball almost ever. he makes such a quick move and he's up to the basket that it's not like he's not a like Tatum. The issue with Tatum not passing is he's a shot clock drainer. He'll dribble there and sit and waste the whole shot clock and then put up a bad shot or pass it right at the end to another bad shot. And then it's like, why did we waste that whole? Jaylen Brown rarely, if ever, does that. He's like one dribble and he's trying to dunk it on somebody's head for good or for bad.
A little more efficient.
Agreed.
Agreed. A little more efficient. Well, a lot more efficient.
There was one play where which game was it? Was it the Clippers game or the Lakers game where Jaylen Brown was trying to tell Tatum, like, why didn't you go for the alley-oop when they were on the fast break? And Tatum was like, dude, I just like rolled my ankle because he went to the corner and on like a fast break.
Yeah.
And Jaylen Brown was wanted to throw him an alley-oop and ended up like throwing it out of bounds because he didn't. But Tatum went to the corner and Tatum like he was like, why'd you go to the corner instead of going to the basket? He had literally like just rolled his ankle and he's like, I'm not going out for an alley-oop. I just rolled my ankle.
Yeah. Oh, they kept showing it over and over again. I was like, a little worried there, but no, see, he seemed back to normal. I thought the last couple of games moving well. And so, which is good news. No, I good road trip overall. I think we were a little bit of head cases with the Warriors games. You know, saw a bit of our old selves.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why or
Towards
why
the end,
Warriors.
Yeah.
Because all in all, you know, and like I said, my player, I will say Kuminga was my player of the week because I thought he did a heck of a job on Tatum. I thought he played great defense. And they double teamed with him extremely well. So he was my player of the week. Who was your player of the week? It's a hard one.
I went with an obscure one. Yeah, I always try to pick. I never try to pick the star players. If you haven't noticed, for anyone who's been paying attention, just because it's so obvious. So Anthony Davis would have been the obvious choice this week. I mean, 40 points. He was really the only guy. But I went with a very obscure one this week. I went with Keon Ellis on the Kings.
Yeah,
he was pretty good. I mean, he's their rookie out of Alabama. Just, I mean, 4 for 7, 19 minutes, +2. One of the only positive, one of 2 positive guys, the other being JaVale McGee, with a positive plus-minus, 12 points in 19 minutes, 4 assists, a steal, 2 blocks.
Yeah,
I was very, for a guard, I mean, very impressed with him. I think he'll have a place in the league for years to come. Had no idea who he was coming into the game. I liked his hair. He had the mismatched hair, the half bleach blonde, half black, and thought he was one of the only standouts in a game where they got crushed.
Yeah, agreed.
So that was mine.
Yeah, they did not. Yeah, they did not look good. I was just looking at De'Aaron Fox. He had 3 points in the whole second half.
Yeah, I mean, he ended up 29. He must have had 20 in like the first quarter. Couldn't miss.
Yeah. 3 points in the whole second half. That's crazy. And I think Sabonis played as well as he normally. I like Sabonis, and he had 3 points. No,
I thought, I said, I thought Porzingis was one of the tougher defensive games. I mean, Sabonis is undersized compared to him, but yeah, and they didn't even try Porzingis on Anthony Davis, which I thought was kind of sad. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you want him? Maybe not. They don't want him to get hurt.
Well, no, they seem to want him in more of like the Robert Williams role where they have the other guy stand him face up and he kind of comes in the shot blocking angle. But I don't know. I would have at least tried it a couple of possessions.
I don't know if he's ever going to stay in front of a big dude. It'll
be
interesting.
It'll be it's the regular season. Why don't you try? That's what I'm saying. Just try it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's fine.
We don't want him broken. Doesn't he just look like he could be broken at any moment?
Yes. Well, that's the thing. Just keep him in a glass case till the playoffs.
Looks like he could be broken at any moment.
All right. Upcoming tomorrow night at home. Oh boy. It's the sad Detroit Pistons.
I feel so bad for them.
They've just tied the single season record for most losses in a row. If they lose to us, I mean, it's just, it just goes from bad to worse. Like, you've tied the single season loss record for losses and consecutive loss record. And now you get to go to the best team in the NBA and play them on the road. Oh boy. So if they lose this one, they tie the longest consecutive loss streak ever. The Sixers have it. I guess it was like beginning to end of a season. They lost 27 in a row. So it's not one season, but that's the most lost in a row for a team would be 27. And then if they continue to lose, they'll set the record.
I feel so bad for them.
Oof. Yeah.
How do
it's just
stay?
pathetic.
How do you stay?
We were so high on them. What went wrong with
I
our
don't know.
We were high on the Pistons pieces.
Yep.
Going for what went wrong? Cade still, I mean, he's jumped flashy to 40 the other night.
Yeah.
But what went wrong with these guys? I thought they were tough. I thought Dwayne Casey had them playing hard. Now they got the new coach, and then just gone from bad to worse.
Yeah. I mean, and the teams they're losing to, like the Nets are playing okay, but it's like,
well, the teams they're losing to, that's everybody. They lose to everybody.
No, exactly.
There's no the teams.
But I'm
just
looking at
all
maybe
the teams.
you'll always lose to the Bucks. Maybe you always lose to the Celtics. Maybe you always, but some of the teams, I don't know. I would feel as though they had enough talent to win, but I don't know.
I was a big Jalen Duren guy last year. I thought he.
I agree. I
really
think they have
great. I don't think he's been playing as of recent, but
I think they have some good players. It's sad.
Yeah. What is
like
going
I said?
On
How do you keep going? It's a long season with 2 wins, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
And if anybody is even remotely hurt tomorrow night for the Celtics, sit out. Don't play all those minutes, please.
Agreed.
Come on. Let some other people get a lot of time in and against these guys.
Hey, my guy Jalen Duren is putting up good stats though. I like him.
They have some good talent.
15,
I
12.
don't.
Yeah. What's going on?
I don't understand. Agreed.
Well, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow night. We'll get a first-hand look.
Not playing together well.
Well, after that, back-to-back Friday, we have the Detroit Raptors, the going nowhere Raptors. What's going on with them as well?
I like Adebayo. I don't know.
What?
I like Adebayo. I'm not Adebayo. Raptors big.
I think I know who you're talking about. Siakam?
Yes, I like Siakam, and I like how he plays. It's
so the rumor. I mean, the ongoing rumors maybe they trade Siakam because
and just
blow it up and start over. Yeah,
agreed. I like Siakam. I think he's a very good player. He will be a great addition to a lot of teams.
Well, they just have a million guys that can't shoot threes. They have like a million long wings. The OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, all these guys that just are like long, athletic, can't shoot. It's like too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But we'll see that we'll get them Friday, and then New Year's Eve we travel to San Antonio. Get the first Wemby experience.
Another sad team.
Another sad team.
Another sad team. How do you get pumped up each night? I don't know.
It should be a rule though that you can't be away for Christmas and New Year's. Come on, NBA. What are you doing?
Yeah. Agreed.
Things for these guys.
Yeah.
Away from home for Christmas and New Year's. What?
Yeah. And you think they'd have some say? Do they want to be on the road for both? I guess maybe it's a trip. San Antonio's not a bad spot for the family to go. Maybe they
don't get a say. The NBA just makes the schedule. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no. I would think if there were some complaints about being away Christmas and New Year's Eve, they would accommodate.
I don't think so. It's not. They make the schedule so far in advance. It's.
I don't know. I would think if I were being paid an outrageous amount of money to play basketball, I'd have some say as far as, hey, I don't want to play New Year's Eve.
Well, I mean, if I was getting an outrageous money to play basketball, I'd be away gladly for it. Oh no.
True. Take that paycheck and play. Celebrate New Year's on a different day.
Yes.
Funny.
And then after that, we're at Oklahoma City. Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. That's the next interesting one. At least they're pretty good this year.
I'm
So
looking forward to seeing them play.
good
I'm
young
looking forward to
core.
the Thunder. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they. Because they're a team I look at and I don't know, like, how are they doing so well? It's kind of crazy. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Yep, and maybe we'll record after that one after
Sounds
Tuesday because
sounds good.
It's not exactly the most enthralling set of games before that.
Yeah, it would have been good to podcast right after the Warriors game. Man, people were just hating on that just because of the playoffs. People hate when we lose to the Warriors. Hate. The fans hate that. I'm like, but you know what? How fun was it? That huck up 3 that Steph Curry has. How fun was it to watch that? Oh my gosh, he is just so impressive. I mean, how quick he had to release it. The you know the one I'm talking about. How quick he had to release it because the D was right on him, and how high.
Yeah.
It had to go and come back down. I mean, you really thought when he released it, it was not going to go in. It's just the most shocking, amazing shot. Yeah. Yeah. It was fun. I don't know. A fun shot to watch, but obviously not fun for the Celtics, but fun shot to watch.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right. Well, this is it for Shamrock Talk in the year of 2023. We will catch you in the new year. As usual, worldwide, you can find us at Shamrock Talk Pod on Twitter, at Shamrock Talk on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast, anywhere you get a podcast. We'll try to be there. Who's our unofficial sponsor this week? Who we got?
Typically it's seltzer with me, better than like vodka or tequila or something. But Poland Springs. Sparkling water. I'm trying their my home state of Maine. Pomegranate lemonade flavor was very good today.
Poland Springs pomegranate lemonade, today's unofficial sponsor. If you'd like to be the official sponsor of Poland Springs, let us know, or anybody. Doesn't cost you almost anything. You buy us a couple seltzers. You're now the official sponsor of Shamrock Talk.
And I will mention you.
That's it. That's all you need. One. I mean, not even a 6-pack. It's a little ambitious here. We just need one.
One bottle.
Yeah, send us anything and you can be shout outed on Shamrock Talk. It's really not. We're not a
funny stuff.
Not a hard organization to get a hold of, but that's it. Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Happy New Year to you.
Go Celtics. We'll keep rolling.